Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to solve for the y-intercept and then write the slope-intercept equation. Let's go ahead and get started. But first, we need to remember what the y-intercept of the slope-intercept equation even is. So let's rewrite what our slope-intercept equation is to begin with. Remember that our slope-intercept equation is y equals mx plus b. And remember that m is slope, and b is what we're looking for today, which is the y-intercept. It's also important to remember that b is where our graph crosses the y-axis. So this is what we're actually solving for today. We are solving for the point where our graph crosses the y-axis. So let's write the equation of a line that passes through the points 3, 4, and 5, 8. And there's 4 steps that we need to solve for. The first step is to actually find the slope, which we've done previously. So we're going to do that real quick. Remember that slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And it doesn't matter which point you make x1, y1 and which one you make x2, y2. So I'll have 8 minus 4 over 5 minus 3. Which gives me 4 over 2, which can be reduced to 2 over 1, or just 2. Either way works, it's completely your choice. The next thing that we need to do is to pick an ordered pair to use out of the 2 that we're given. It doesn't matter which one you choose. Just pick one. I'm going to go ahead and pick the first one just because it's first. That's the ordered pair that I'm choosing. Alright, now I need to scroll down a little bit. And we're going to substitute this slope and the point that we chose into our slope-intercept equation. So again, remember y equals mx plus b, where y is the y value of our ordered pair, m is the slope that we just got, and x is the x value of our ordered pair. We don't have anything to plug in for b. That's what we're trying to solve for. So I'm going to plug in all of the pieces. So instead of y, I'm going to replace that with 4 equals m, we said was 2, our slope, times our x value of 3, plus b, which is that unknown. It's our y-intercept. So again, the 4 came from our ordered pair. Our slope came from our slope. And that 3 came from the x value. That's where all of these came from. So now I have that 4 equals 2 times 3 plus b. So I have 4 equals 2 times 3 is 6 plus b. In order to get b by itself, I need to subtract 6 from both sides. And I end up with b equals 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Now when I go to write the equation, I'm just going to replace my slope and my y-intercept. So it's still going to be y equals, we said our m value was 2 times x, and then our b value of negative 2. But what would happen if instead of choosing the point 3, 4, we chose the other one? What if instead we chose 5, 8? Let's look at the math for that one if we had chosen that instead. We're still going to use that y equals mx plus b, but instead of 4 and 3 going in those places, it's going to be 8 equals 2 times 5 plus b. Well, this time 2 times 5 is 10 plus b. In order to get b by itself, I need to subtract 10 from both sides of that equal sign. And 8 minus 10 is negative 2, so we still get the same exact answer. We got the same y-intercept both times, we get the same slope equation both times. So here is a view of all of the steps needed in order to solve this problem. Let's go ahead and look at another one. Alright, so what is the equation of the line that passes through the points 4, 5, and 8, 3? So again, we first need to find slope, and this time I'm going to write my points in the reverse order. Because why not? So that gives me 5 minus 3 over 4 minus 8. 5 minus 3 is 2. 4 minus 8 is negative 4. 2 and negative 4 can both be reduced. So this gives me negative 1/2. I'm going to put my little cloud of importance around it so that I can find it again later, because it's actually a rather important part of our process. All right, next part is to pick an ordered pair to use, and you can choose whichever points you want. That's completely your choice. So let's go with 4, 5. Remember that 4 is x, 5 is y. So when we substitute it into our slope-intercept formula of y equals mx plus b, we're going to have 5 equals negative 1/2, which is our m, times, I'm going to write my slope as 4 over 1 this time since we're multiplying by a fraction, plus b. All right, I had to move that last step down just a little bit so that we had a bit more room. So this is going to give me 5 equals, when I multiply fractions, I multiply straight across, so negative 1 times 4 is negative 4, over 2 times 1 is 2, plus b. Negative 4 divided by 2 is going to be negative 2. I'm just going to rewrite this over off to the side, just because apparently we needed a bit more room. In order to get b by itself, I'm going to add 2 to both sides this time, because now it's negative. So we get that 7 equals b. So our equation is y equals negative 1/2 x plus 7. Now again, if we chose to use the other point of 8, 3, we would have ended up with 3 equals negative 1/2 times 8 over 1 plus b. Negative 1 times 8 is negative 8. 2 times 1 is 2 plus b. Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. And in order to get rid of that, we're going to add 4 to both sides. And we still get that our y-intercept is 7, which matches what we previously had, so our equation stays exactly the same. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 7. All right, let's do one more really quickly. All right, so this time we're going to figure out what the equation of the line is that passes through the points negative 2, 7 and 6, 7. All right, and so you'll notice that for this slope, we got 0 over 8. And 0 divided by anything just gives us 0. So our slope for this problem is 0. So now if I pick an ordered pair, let's just say that we've got negative 2, 7. We're going to substitute that into our equation. So I'm going to say that 7 equals our slope of 0 times 2 times negative 2 plus b. Well, anything multiplied by 0 is just going to be 0. So we get that b equals 7. Let's really quickly, before we scroll down, use the other point. So 6, 7. So this time we have 7 equals 0 times 6 plus b. Well, again, anything times 0 is just 0. So we have the same slope already. So let's write our equation. Y equals our slope of 0, x, plus 7. You can absolutely leave it like this, but it's not really necessary. Anything times 0 is just 0. So you can really say that y equals 7 and leave that as your final answer. And that's going to do it. We have now taken 2 points and we have actually solved for our missing y-intercept and plugged it into the equation. And that's going to do it this time. So until next time, I will see you later. Love you, bye.